Okay, now it's time to add some fields to our patient table. We're going to be using the data type gallery. So on the ribbon, click the Fields tab up here. Once you have got that selected and it's active, I want to make a quick little note is that if you know that the More Fields button in the Add and Delete group here, this button allows you to display the data type gallery. And before inserting fields from this data type gallery, you are going to need to place the insertion point in the field just to the right of where you want to insert those new fields at. Now, according to our customer's design, they want the address field, they think that should come after this phone field here. So we need to make the next field, the email field, our active field. So once you've made that first record underneath email, once you've made that the active field, go back up here to the Add and Delete group and click on the More Fields button. And you see the data type gallery. And once that opens up, this displays options for different types of fields that you can add to this table. Scroll down here so that the Quick Start section is visible as seen here. Go ahead and drag that down a little bit. There we go. There's the Quick Start. And we want to select the address option here. So go ahead and select that. And now you can see a new field has been added. So we have the 5 fields added with the address quick start selection that we just made. And we have address, city, state, province, zip code, and country region. Now, based on the criteria from our customer, we don't need all of these. So we're going to go ahead and delete this country region. And to do that, what we're going to do is in the Add Delete group up here, we're going to click the Delete button and the country region field should be removed. And that one is now gone. Now we are down to the 4, the address, city, state, province, and zip postal. Now another way that we can delete fields is in the design view. So if we click our view button to go to design, you see here's our fields, our data types. We can select our fields here and delete them too. Let's say this one we're going to take the title field. We're going to click next to it, and now it's obviously the current field. If we look up here at our design tab, you'll see we have a selection that we can make, delete rows. So if we select delete rows, you will see that the title field has been removed from the layout of our patient table. Let's go ahead and remove 3 more fields. We're going to remove the country, fax, and note fields. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fax. We'll select it, and we can delete that. But if we want, rather than doing them all individually, we can use a basic Windows shortcut, and that's to click and hold the mouse button on the row selector, then drag the mouse to select our other ones. So because these are next to each other, we can select all 3. So we'll just click fax and hold on to our left mouse button and drag it down to notes. Now the fax, country, and notes have all been selected. We can go up to our tools group here, select delete rows, and all 3 of those fields have been removed from our table structure. Another feature we can do while we're here in our design view is we're going to rename some of these fields. Let's go ahead and click our mouse and position it to just to the right of state Providence. With our mouse cursor clicking, flashing there, we just want to have this state. So we're just going to rename it state. So we're just going to backspace 8 times to get rid of the word province. Once you have that, it's all done. You can now go on to the next one. So we could just hit tab or enter, and now it has been renamed to state. We can also do this by whole word. So like zip postal, we can just click there. We can use our mouse to select all of that, or we can hit Control A. And then we just want to rename it as zip with a lowercase I and P. So we just type that in, hit enter or tab, and our name for that field has been changed to zip. Now let's look at changing a data type for a field while we're here in Design View. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our phone field. And once you're in there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to change this. As you see right now, it's number. Let's change that to short text. And we're going to use the shortcut we've used a few times to toggle between our design view and go down there to our field properties pane. Let's go ahead and hit F6. And we're going to change our field size from 255 to a 14 size for our field. And that is just what's been set as our customer. We are comfortable with having that. We don't need it set for 255 for our field size. So once you've got that completed, you've made the necessary adjustments to the design of the phone field. So let's go ahead and change the field size and caption for a few other fields. So let's look at our address. And that, once we click in there, that makes it the current field. And we're going to press F6 to go down to our field properties. And here we're going to change our field size property from 255 to 35. Now if we take a look here, our caption matches what our field name is, so that's kind of redundant. We don't really need to do that. So let's go down here to our caption and go ahead and remove that. You can just tab down or use your arrows and then just delete that information. Now we'll make a change to our city field. We will go down to our field properties again. We're going to change this from 255 to 25. And then we're going to remove the caption for that since it matches our field name. Let's make a change to our state field. And we're going to hit F6 to toggle there. And as you notice, we don't really need 255 as our field size. For most of our states, we're going to, can be done with a field size of 2. So let's change that to 2. And then delete its caption. And then we will lastly do our zip field. We're going to change that field size to, let's change that to 10 and delete that caption as zip is sufficient for zip postal. Delete that. Go ahead and save your changes. Now we've made a lot of changes here. Let's go ahead and save that in the quick access toolbar. So just in case access would lock up or anything, we don't lose that information. Now let's enter some description and caption property values here. Click the description optional area for the patient field. And now that that's active, let's type in the words primary key. Since, as you can see with the icon over here, this is our primary key for the patient table. Now in the field properties pane, click the caption box down there. And we are going to now make a change here as well. Now before you're making changes, I want you to notice this property update options icon here. Now when you change a field property here in Design View like we've been doing, you can use this button here to update the corresponding property on if we had any forms created or reports that included this field that we've modified. And we could just select the option and propagate that. If we need more help, we could do that, but just wanted to point that out real quick. Alright, so let's click the caption box for the patient ID field. And once we're in there, let's type in patient ID once you've got patient ID entered there, we're going to click the last name field box. Last name. So now that that's the current field, we're going to click the caption box in it, and we're going to type in last name as 2 separate words. Let's do the same thing for first name. Here we've got that caption changed. And then we're going to go to birth date here, and we're going to put in a caption of date of birth. Now that we've made those changes, go ahead and save that on our quick access toolbar there. So save all those changes made to the patient table here. And in your views group, we want to select that so that we go out of design view and back into datasheet view. So go ahead and click that. And you can see those changes that we just made. You see the captions have changed that you just made. Now go ahead and see if there are any fields here that you need to apply best fit. As you can tell, date of birth definitely needs that adjusted.